If you're on the lookout for some life-changing knowledge and ways to expand your horizons, you're in the right place. We all want to improve our lives, but finding the right info can be a bit tricky, right? Don't worry, you're not alone on this quest for self-discovery. Many of us are curious about unlocking the potential of our minds. So, who do you think has the key to unlocking the secrets of our brains and how they work? Yep, you got it, a neuroscientist. Today, we're going to introduce you to Andrew Huberman, a fantastic neuroscientist and author who's made a big impact on countless lives, including mine. I'll be sharing some amazing books he recommends, and you won't want to miss them. But here's the deal. To get all this valuable wisdom, you've got to watch the entire video. So please hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up to show your support. Let's dive into this enlightening journey without wasting any more time. Number 1. Deep Work by Cal Newport. So, if someone asked me, what's the one book that changed your work life? I'd say, read Deep Work by Cal Newport. Now, why is this book so special? Well, it's not your typical self-help book. It's like a practical guide to turbocharge your professional life. You see, we live in a world full of distractions, right? Our attention gets pulled in a million different directions. But Newport comes to the rescue. He's like your focus superhero teaching you the art of deep focus. Imagine being able to really concentrate on your work without all those distractions. It makes your work more enjoyable and super productive. Here's a cool quote from the book. What we choose to focus on and what we choose to ignore plays a big role in defining the quality of our life. But here's the best part. Newport doesn't just tell you what to do, he shows you how to do it. His writing is like a blueprint for success. It's not just informative, it's transformative. So if you want to turn your work life around, Deep Work is the book to dive into. It's like a guide to help you focus on what truly matters and leave distractions in the dust. Number 2. Breath by James Nestor. Breathing is a fundamental aspect of our human existence. It's what keeps our hearts beating and our lives going. Now, imagine someone struggling to breathe. It can seriously affect their quality of life, right? That's where Breath by James Nestor comes in. Huberman recommends reading it to learn how to breathe better, which might sound odd because we've been breathing since birth. But, believe it or not, it's a skill worth mastering. You might wonder, can something as simple as inhaling and exhaling really transform lives? Well, it can. Nestor's book explains the science behind proper breathing. For instance, did you know that with normal breathing, our lungs only absorb about a quarter of the available oxygen in the air, and the rest is exhaled? By taking longer breaths, we can make our lungs soak up more oxygen in fewer breaths. But the benefits of proper breathing go beyond just getting more oxygen. It can improve your sports performance, boost your cognitive abilities, enhance well-being, and reduce stress. That's why Andrew Huberman supports Breath by Nestor. Huberman understands the deep connections between the mind, body, and human potential. So, his endorsement of this book highlights the importance of proper breathing for overall fitness and a better quality of life. It's amazing how something as basic as breathing can have such a profound impact on our well-being. Number 3. The 4-Hour Body by Timothy Ferriss. Breaking away from traditional norms and seeking new opportunities is intriguing, right? Timothy Ferriss, in his book The 4-Hour Body, touches on the universal nature of insecurities that stem from our experiences. He wisely reminds us not to overestimate the competition and underestimate ourselves. It's like a wake-up call. If you are insecure, guess what? The rest of the world is too. You are better than you think. Imagine hearing these words. They can truly shift your perspective on life. But the 4-Hour Body is not just about exercises and diet plans. It's a life changer. It can help you boost your athletic skills, shed some weight, and sharpen your mind. This book is all about inspiring you to try new things and discover what works best for you. Ferriss encourages you to stop just wishing for change and start seeing it as necessary. It's a book for those who want to transform their lives, both mentally and physically. So, if you're interested in breaking free from the norm and unlocking your potential, this book is a great place to start. It's a journey to a better you. Number 4. Wherever You Go, There You Are by John Kabat-Zinn. Who wouldn't want a life free from worries and anxieties, where you can find peace and pleasure in the present moment? The answer is a resounding yes. Now, this book we're talking about, it's not your typical self-help literature. It's like a key to a life meant to be fully lived and enjoyed. It's for anyone who's not quite satisfied with their current meditation or mindfulness approach. What makes this book special is that it promotes practicing mindfulness in a way that can suit everyone's preferences. It's like a toolbox filled with techniques to help you become the person you aspire to be. As John Kabat-Zinn, the author, says, practice sharing the fullness of your being, your best self, your enthusiasm, your vitality, your spirit, your trust, your openness, and above all, your presence. Share it with yourself, with your family, with the world. But here's the kicker. This book isn't just a collection of words. It's a comprehensive guide that's with you all day long, from the moment you wake up to when you go to bed. It's like a trustworthy friend you can count on. So, why should you read this book? Because it's like a manual for taking care of your mind, guiding you through each day with mindfulness. If you're seeking a life of greater calm and fulfillment, this book is your compass to get there. It's all about living in the moment and making the most of it. Number 5. Dopamine Nation by Anna Lemke. I finished reading this book just a couple of days ago, and there's a quote that's been etched into my mind. We're all running from pain. Some of us take pills. Some of us couch surf while binge-watching Netflix. Some of us read romance novels. We'll do almost anything to distract ourselves from ourselves. Yet all this trying to insulate ourselves from pain seems only to have made our pain worse. Those words, they're like the heart and soul of Anna's book. They hit home, don't they? It's a stark reminder that you and I were both trying to escape pain, but have we really succeeded? The simple answer is no. It's like that example she gives with the pigeon facing a predator. It closes its eyes, thinking the danger will go away. We do something similar with our pain. We often try to ignore it, but in reality, the distress lingers. The core message of Dopamine Nation is that rather than running from pain, we should learn to face it and sit with it. It's in that discomfort that we find the path to personal growth and healing. This book is a treasure trove of wisdom, a must-read for those seeking serenity and tranquility in life. It's a guide to help us stop running from our pain and start embracing it, and in doing so, finding a deeper sense of peace. Number 6. Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. Here's a cool tidbit about this book. Both Dr. Andrew Huberman and Bill Gates recommend it. Yep, that Bill Gates, the tech genius. But you're already familiar with him, right? Just a little playful jest there. So, let's talk about sleep. Many of us used to see it as just a state of resting, not much to it. I thought the same until I read Why We Sleep by Dr. Matthew Walker. This book opened my eyes to the real importance of sleep. There's this eye-opening quote in the book. We estimate that more than 50% of all children with an ADHD diagnosis actually have a sleep disorder, yet a small fraction knows of their sleep condition and its ramifications. This quote really made me rethink how I view sleep. We all want to be more productive and have sharper thinking, right? Well, Matthew Walker's book is like a goldmine of information to help us understand productivity better. He suggests that even a short 30-minute nap can boost your mood and productivity. The book provides practical advice on the critical role of sleep in our lives. It covers the basics of sleep and explains why developing healthy sleep habits is essential for our mental and physical well-being. So, if you want a life filled with energy, productivity, and happiness, this book is a must-read. It's like a guide to unlocking the potential of a good night's sleep. Number 7. Can Love Last by Stephen Mitchell. Can Love Last is a book that Dr. Andrew Huberman thinks is a great recommendation when it comes to understanding intimacy. I'm already loving the book, even though I'm still reading it. Why, you might ask? Because in this book, the author, Mitchell, goes deep into the world of love, desire, and intimacy. Truth be told, many of us tend to steer clear of talking about these complex matters, but avoiding them means we miss out on truly grasping the depths of love and emotions. What's truly remarkable about Mitchell's writing is that he isn't afraid to tackle the tough questions. He talks about the fears and uncertainties that can creep into long-term relationships. He even dives into how love transforms in marriages over time. But here's the interesting part. Mitchell suggests that real romantic commitment isn't about staying the same. It might sound a bit odd at first, but he clarifies it nicely. He says, genuine passion, unlike its weaker forms, isn't separated from wanting security and predictability. It's actually in a constant back and forth with those desires. In simple terms, love involves accepting that relationships change and embracing that change even when it feels uncertain. This book takes you on a journey through the many facets of a relationship. It's like a guide on how to balance the fire of passion with the responsibility of love. Can love last? Challenges the old idea that love is unchanging. Instead, Mitchell presents love as something dynamic, always evolving. It's an emotion that needs your ongoing attention and understanding to navigate the challenges it brings. Reading this book might make you reevaluate how you see love and relationships. It offers a fresh perspective that could lead to a more fulfilling romantic relationship. Number 8. How Emotions Are Made by Lisa Feldman Barrett. Lisa F. Barrett has a thought-provoking perspective on emotions. She challenges the idea that emotions are something innate and unchanging. In her words, emotions are not reactions to the world. They are your constructions of the world. As humans, we're pretty complex beings, and emotions play a big role in that complexity. Lisa, who's a neuroscientist and psychologist, explains that emotions aren't hardwired into us. Instead, they come from a mix of sensory inputs, past experiences, and cultural influences. She introduces a concept in her book called emotional granularity. It's a bit like having a more extensive set of colors to paint a more detailed picture of your feelings. So instead of just saying, "I'm feeling bad," you could say, "I'm feeling disappointed, frustrated, and a bit anxious." Using these specific words to express emotions can actually help you become more self-aware and better at controlling your emotions. Wondering how it works? Well, when you understand your emotions on a deeper level, you can manage them more effectively. One great lesson I took from this book is about embracing different points of view. Lisa suggests that instead of approaching disagreements with a right versus wrong mindset, we should approach them with curiosity, the curiosity to learn something new. In a nutshell, this book will shake up your ideas about emotional control. Learning from it can help you gain better control over your feelings and responses. It's like a manual for understanding and mastering your emotions. Number 9. The Secret Pulse of Time by Stephen Klein. Have you ever wondered why vacations seem to fly by while work or class time drags on forever? It's a curious thing, isn't it? I've certainly pondered this. Well, if you want to unlock the mystery behind this, The Secret Pulse of Time by Stephen Klein has the answers. In this book, Klein delves into the concept of time dilation, explaining that time isn't as constant as our clocks make it seem. It might sound a bit strange, but once you dive into this book, things are going to start making a lot more sense. Klein drops a truth bomb by saying, time, it turns out, is not a universal constant. Instead, it dilates or contracts depending on how fast an object is moving or how strong the surrounding gravitational field is. He goes on to say that our perception of time is influenced by a bunch of factors, like biology, psychology, and even cultural influences. For instance, stress can mess with our biological clock, making time feel like it's crawling when we're anxious and speeding up when we're relaxed. Plus, our brains have their own built-in timekeeper, a biological clock, which helps us know when it's time to sleep and wake up. Throwing off this routine can disrupt our overall body function. So, this book is like a guide to understanding our relationship with time and getting better at managing it. It's like a key to unlocking the secrets of why time seems to play tricks on us. Number 10. The Circadian Code by Sachin Panda. Let's wrap up our list of recommended books by Huberman with one that might help you with some common issues. Have you ever felt tired even after what seems like a full night's sleep? Or struggled to shed those extra pounds no matter how hard you try? If you face these challenges, it could be because your internal body clock, known as your circadian rhythm, isn't quite in sync. Now, to tackle these problems, The Circadian Code by Sachin Panda is your go-to read. It offers insights into how our modern lifestyle can throw off our natural rhythms. As Panda puts it, our habits like spending too much time indoors, staring at bright screens, and using bright lights at night can disrupt our circadian rhythms and mess with the production of the sleep hormone melatonin. That's why we sometimes struggle to get the restorative sleep we need. But this book isn't just about sleep. It covers a wide range of issues, from health to psychological well-being. Take snacking, for example. Dr. Sachin Panda explains that our eating habits have a bigger impact on our health than we might realize. Irregular meal times can lead to problems like obesity and other health issues. Plus, our daily routines can mess with our circadian cycles, resulting in weight gain, mood swings, and even chronic diseases. So, if you're looking to reset your internal clock to its natural rhythm, this book serves as a comprehensive guide to help you make those positive changes. It's like a manual for better health and a happier you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss an upload and you can enjoy the excellent content I send your way.